I want to talk about Myles Turner just because it has been raised.
Goodness. Can't we leave this behind?
I would like to. I really would, but I had to mention it so we can then leave it behind. But the whole idea of if Taj counts as more salary for Myles Turner, maybe it does. But the point is the Knicks have more to work with at least. So the way it works with Myles Turner, and then I hope we don't discuss him for quite a while, is that for any outgoing salary that's a little bit more than $6.5 million to $19.6 million, it's the outgoing salary plus $5 million for matching. So in this case, since Turner has a cap hit of $18 million, the Knicks basically have to send out at least $13 million, right? Because $13 million, add the 5, $18 million, the math works there. So, if you had Gibson beforehand, it wouldn't have worked. But now it does. And I showed Obi as an example.
Now it has to wait until after December 15th.
Right, of course. But again, this is Turner won't be traded before the season anyway to the Knicks because of, as we've talked about, how the math would shape up unless it were something like this, like Obi, Knox, and Vildoza. That works. That's like one of the only iterations that really has that ability to match.
It works if you want me to shoot myself in the face.
Right. And again, I think Obi should be available in the right deal. This just isn't the right deal.
This is not the right deal.
Right. And then again, Taj, swap out Obi and put Taj in there. That works instead. So there are moves that can be made. There's just a question of if that were the idea for the Knicks, like if they were trying to sign Taj as a way to move him, you could include him in something like this and it would work out that way. But I don't see it necessarily happening that way.
I don't see it either. I will say this, something that I was dead wrong. Man, I'm opening the show with I was dead wrong about something. I'm closing the show with I was dead wrong about something. I was dead wrong. I thought Kevin Knox would be moved this offseason. I'm really surprised he's still here. And I wonder, again, similar to the Mitch question, what do you think it is? I wonder if it's more, oh, wow, this organization still has belief that he could be something. Maybe they took Calipari's, it's going to take 3 years as, a little bit more serious. Or did they try to perhaps do something involving him and teams were like, yeah, I don't know that we're in a rush to pay Kevin Knox $5 million next or whatever it's going to be next year. So, yeah.
Well, let's look at the two other test cases or case studies, right? I mean, Dennis Smith Jr., it was Dennis Smith Jr. in a second round pick, and that's what got Derrick Rose. Frank Ntilikina is unsigned. Dennis Smith Jr. is unsigned. It's just the entire Steve Mills era is just so polluted that I think it's leaving a stench, and there's no time and ability for Knox to crack the rotation. So again, I still maintain, I think eventually he'll wind up in a place like Oklahoma City where they can get to the cap floor and he won't help them win games and they can tank away in peace, because Knox certainly isn't going to help them win too many games. But until then, I feel bad that he's kind of going to be stapled to the bench. I would like to see him go elsewhere just so he can try to continue his career.
I'm not. It's just, look, we always presume health, right? We always presume everybody, all these conversations we have, it's who's going to be in the rotation? Oh, how dare this person not going to be in the rotation? Nobody stays healthy. One Nick played 72 games last year. It was RJ Barrett. And he was one of 20 guys in the league to do that. Guys are going to get hurt. It's going to be really interesting next year. Well, if one of, name your guy, Fournier, RJ, Quickly, Burks, any of those guys, Obi, Julius, any of those 6 guys, if they get hurt, which way Tibbs goes? Cause it might be Knox, might be Grimes, maybe it's Dwayne Bacon to bringing home the bacon after all. I don't know. If he's here, I think maybe he's here for a reason, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.